Hello, welcome back to Isekai.
Hi.
I'm your overpowered MC Chenna.
I'm Faith as always.
And this episode is a news round version, Tales of the World, or I forget what we call it now. Yeah, Tales of the World, yeah. And then we have verses as we normally do. I was going to do Book of the Week, but I'm not reading anything Christmassy at the moment because other than the news, everything else would be pretty much kind of Christmassy themed. So versus is Christmas versus scenarios, and then red light, green light would also be Christmas movie tropes. Yeah, so let's start.
Love is Blind. Lots of drama this week. So, I have to remember his name actually. Let me come back on my
Is it
TikTok.
Carl?
Hard launched his new girlfriend.
Yeah, and she's blonde, blue eyes.
Exactly what he said he likes though. He's a man of his word.
Nobody's surprised.
No one's surprised, but it's very telling.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. No, you're right. It is. I mean, if we're gonna say the take the PC route, we can say that he chose he
went through his marriage. He knew he was going to get. He's going to.
No, I'm saying the PC route. It's like he decided to go for something that he wasn't chasing outwards attributes, looks. He was chasing
That is not true.
inner beauty.
That's not
when
true.
He went on Love Is Blind.
During the episode, she disclosed her heritage and how she looked like. And he was like, oh, me too. I have such heritage. And then that's how they bonded.
I'm saying if we're being PC, if we're being...
he's a liar.
He didn't lie. He never lied. He literally told her, you're not my type, pretty much. And to her, everything was fine, but clearly not to him. So we can say that he's an asshole and he needs to do some inner work on why he likes what he likes. Sure, maybe that has some inner, something in there. That's fine. But I don't think he lied to her.
Okay.
He admitted. That could be a lie too. But
I think misled. I think he was giving her the reassurance that she wanted, but not necessarily he wanted to give.
I think she knew that he was going to try. And that was what he said. He will try. Like, he'll do it. And she thought he was trying. And she thought that everything was going well. But he didn't, I believe he didn't express it to her during the relationship that he was having more doubts or more negatives than positives while he was trying, which makes him an asshole. That's it, really. Because I feel like as much as he's an asshole, we're removing a lot of accountability from my man. What's her name? Sarova.
Yeah.
Because my man told you you're not my type.
But he was also giving her reassurance at the same time, saying...
He also gave her a complex about how she looked. I mean, she decided to stay with a man who gave her a complex about her weight and how she looks and stuff like that. Like, forget everything else. You don't want to be in a relationship with someone who does that to you. You probably put it in you need to get healthy type of way. And to her, because of the mentality that they both have, might I add, she thought, oh yeah, I need to do the hustle shit because she's on the hustle shit. And I wouldn't be surprised if they both was conservative. They're both the same side of the coin. One is just up and the other one is down. Or however the saying is, or both sides of the coin. Or yeah, I mean, because, okay, I saw the video. It's the video of that lady. She's not wrong. That what's his face is a prick. I don't know the guy, but he doesn't come across so far all the stuff. But it's done, isn't it? It's like... We know he's an asshole. Why I don't know why it's news.
I think it's news because we've also got the Brennan and Alexis divorce going on. Well, they've started divorce.
That one is news.
And I think that's sort of like, you're being an asshole. We're going to call you out for it because that was a very dickish move what you did. I think it's a replay because also at the same time there's actually Love Island Italy going on. So there's a lot of Netflix Love Island verse
Love Is Blind.
That's happening currently now. I'm not watching Island,
Love is Blind.
Love is Blind, Italy.
Right.
But there's a lot of discourse, and I think it's just becoming one blended universe.
Thing. Yeah. No, I mean, I guess, yeah, and yeah, obviously they're kind of updating us on his life and stuff, but I think while we can announce it, I don't think we should give him grief for it. We should just be like, well, I guess that's what they're doing, isn't it? Like, okay.
Plus, he's now a public figure. He's in the public because he was on TV. So if you've been on the public, your life to some degree is up for position to the public.
We gotta stop this shit.
He presented himself on a show, and now people are critical of his life because that's what he's presented.
I guess
if you start yourself as saying that you're a good person and you turn out to be a dickhead, then people will be like, they're gonna reiterate that you think you're a dickhead.
The divorce, Love is Blind divorce. Is this the first one?
No, it's not the first one. I think it's the first one that we've known from a couple who's been married long term. So we know of couples that have been divorced shortly after, but this is the first time we've heard of a divorce from a long-term couple who had children together.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't have a prenup.
Oh, she didn't.
No.
She didn't want to because she wanted her family to be...
But she had expressed that she would be fine signing one if it was needed upon her, but he didn't want one.
No. He said it's okay for her to have one to protect her. She then said, oh, no, family wife. So they're in it together.
I'm really curious to see what's happened.
Wasn't he the one that sued Netflix because he couldn't get a job?
Was it him?
I think it was him. It was not him, I'm sorry.
I don't think it's him. I think it was a different person. I think it was a different person who...
I'm pretty sure he was part of it.
Really?
Yes.
But I don't think his representation was that bad, though. From what I remember of him on the show, I don't think his representation was
not bad, but they weren't compatible financially.
But
she's a baddie. She's a LA, like, she had that, she's got the look, she's got the family, which was why I'm assuming he went, we got to protect you. I hope she was wise and all her money's in her family's name.
And then there's also the tech guy.
Oh, right, yeah. They said he was cheating. That was a while ago.
But now they're going through the divorce proceeding as well.
Really?
Rumour has it. On the TikToks. Rumour has it.
He's going to be fine. She's going to be fine.
Yeah.
She was a bit cookie for Cocoa Bobs.
Plus, they were living separately as well in a way. So, it was...
Right.
It was, if you're living separately like that for a long period... I mean, I don't know if they did say they're going to move to closer to each other, but if there's no intention, then...
What's the point? Yeah. But apparently he was cheating as well. And he's the PhD holder, isn't it?
Yes, he is.
And she made it like a whole thing. That was so funny to me. Apparently going back to the one with the baby, the ones with the baby. The baby's 4 months old. And allegedly, I don't know how correct this is, he wants to spend more time with his family and have more family time and eat at the table as a family. Which table are you eating with a 4-month-old? You're sitting on the family table and eating. This man has lost his mind. A 4-month-old baby is not sitting down at specifically 6 a.m. whenever the fuck you have dinner to have dinner with you. Also, if I'm right in my assumption is the one without the job, you have to be you have to take the L. And you have to be the one at dinner without the breadwinner sometimes because she's out there getting the bread. You also have to remember that she's 4 months postpartum.
But do you think the baby's added pressure and that's just exacerbated
the whole thing?
Things that were there present? Cause,
yeah, it's likely.
Because people aren't always ready for they are ready for the baby, but they haven't resolved issues between themselves. And the baby's just like adds pressure because you have two people who aren't sleeping properly. Or one person who is sleeping and another person who's not sleeping. So there's a dynamic of that happening as well.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Like I think from what I've read, there are like certain points in a relationship or throughout the life of the cycle of a relationship where things do get quite messy. Is the wedding, a child coming in, financial issues. I think those are one of like the top reasons for separation and things like that. So issues around how you raise a child or children or stuff like that. So I guess it makes them see the relationship in a very different way. Allegedly, he filed for the divorce, saying that they had different ways of saying something. Or
that's
something
sometimes
like that.
how things on paper aren't always how they are in real life. Maybe he had this vision of what his married with children life was going to look like, and then it didn't play up to par, and then it's like, well,
they've been married for 4 years. Why he didn't see that during that time?
Married with 4 years without a child is different to married with a child. The dynamics of how a relationship develops changes, as you've said.
No, I'm not denying that, but I think my question is, what was said? Excuse me. What was said in that video that was written about the article? Was something along the line of him wanting to spend time with his family.
Maybe she's out working and she's too tired to do anything with him afterwards.
Or he's out working.
And she's too tired and he's too tired.
But so what is the issue?
The closeness of it? Maybe it's the intimacy that he misses.
You have a 4-month... With who?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. How he may have envisioned
being a new father
and how it's happening is different. Because I thought last month, a couple of months ago, I saw a Reddit of a couple who had a child, and then the husband's like, "Am I the arsehole for thinking my wife is not a good mother because she puts herself together and then plays with the child just to make herself feel better? In my opinion, a mother's meant to look a bit raggedy around the children." That's a Reddit I saw. So my point is, whatever his reality of his thinking is not playing out, and that's so to him is like, well, I've told you what I want, and it's not playing out. Like the man I just told you about, where he was like, my wife gets dressed up to make herself feel better because she just had a baby, and
you see, in my thought process, right, I'm having these issues. I'll talk to my mum about it. I'll talk to my friends about it. I'll do some research on the Googlers, to see that I am right or I'm wrong and what we can do. Can we go to therapy and fix it? Baby's just come 4 months ago. When did this whole thing start?
I don't know.
If he couldn't take 4 months, that's diabolical. Did he want to be the stay-at-home mum, the parent? Did they discuss this before? Did she then change her mind once the baby came because man don't have milk and maybe he doesn't know what he's doing? And while she's working, she still has to breast pump.
Yeah.
Right? She still has to do her whole body because let's be honest, it's just been 4 months. The hormones are still going down. She's not exactly, back to the way she was before. It's only just been 4 months. So it's not making sense. There has to be more. It can't just be the baby. It can't just be because he wants to stay home more. There has to be something more to it.
It could be that there's financial pressures with the addition of the baby. I don't know.
Fair.
Because babies do cost quite a lot.
Well, good luck to them. Hopefully they sort everything out.
And hopefully it's an amicable divorce. If they do follow through to the divorce, it's amicable. Yeah,
she seems quite like a nice lady. So hopefully everything works out in the best way possible. Speaking of other people's relationships, because that's what we do apparently. George, which I don't understand. George Clooney, Judge Clooney went on the Kelsey's podcast, the one with Taylor Swift.
Oh, the husband. Yeah. Travis Kelce. Yes.
And he said something about him and his wife has not had an argument in 12 years. I don't know, 11, 10 years. I don't know how long they've been married, but the amount of time they've been married for. He then asked her, how about you and, your missus and stuff? And he's like, in 2 years, they've not had an argument. And then he did like a nervous chuckle. And I was just like, people are like,
he's a liar.
People are dissecting this interaction. And it's fucking fantastic. In the comment section, so I was like, ha ha ha, Amal the beard. I'm like, I'm sorry, what?
How did that happen? That's a
Is
joke.
this a thing? So I went down this rabbit hole. Allegedly, surely is not right. But there's rumors that George is gay.
Like, this is the first time I'm hearing of it.
But then again, if he is, why does he have... I think I'm of the impression that the world has moved on beyond all of this, past all of this. But all of this is just making me think that the world has definitely not moved on from all of this. And I think 2025 has just been a year of obvious regression. It seems like we moved 50 steps forward to just move 100 steps back. And I'm astonished. I'm not going to lie.
Well, the rumor is true or not? I'm trying to.
No, obviously he's still married. But
no, I mean about him being gay. Is the rumor true or not?
No, he's married to a woman. So, I mean, of course, I don't know. But I'm saying if it is, and he needs a bid, it's the same thing with Leonardo DiCaprio that we were talking about the other day, and the blind items and all these people being like, oh, this one's gay, but they hired him a wife, this one's gay. And I'm like, where are people? Is this just an assumption, or like what's going on? Because to me, surely being gay shouldn't stop you from getting jobs and shouldn't stop you from getting into rooms and to have all these opportunities. But clearly that's not the case, right? If all these men are allegedly having to have beards and be straight, so it does affect them. So in my head, I'm just like, this is fucking stupid if that is the case, because, the world should have moved on from this, but clearly the world hasn't, and it's fucking fucked up. And anyway, they were having that discussion about them not having an argument, and George kind of said something about why they haven't had an argument, similarly to impart knowledge and be smart. And then the Kelseys just gave a really stupid bro answer. To be honest, I don't remember because I'm fucking bored. But the people that come on my For You page, they were talking about it. I was like, okay, I will indulge-ish. And so someone was breaking it down, and they were like that the body language of Kelsey when he was talking about him and Taylor not fighting was kind of like, oh, he was being sarcastic type thing. The person talking was like, you can see the dynamic between the relationship between George and Amal and this and this. And I'm like, how can you see the we can make insinuations about what we think we see. We can't say that we see. You know what I mean? You can say I'm assuming. I need people to start being Captain Obvious, including myself, to be honest. When you're making conjecture or something that's not true, you're assuming, you got to start with, I assume, in my opinion, because people online are stupid, and they'll go into the world and they'll tell their friends that Taylor Swift and Kelsey, they are something, 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 because Kelsey on the podcast did the body language of something, something, something. But anyway, this is just me critiquing my echo chamber of sorts, because I find myself in my echo chamber quite a lot. People who agree with me all the time or hold the same ideals that I tend to do. So I like to go to the other side sometimes to disrupt my brain processes sometimes. But anyway, I thought that was worth it to say. Oh, speaking of rich people, Jack of Twitter, of Twitter, because it'll be Elon of X. Jack of Twitter might be bringing back something similar to Vine, I heard.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
What, to compete with TikTok or just as a separate thing altogether?
Beats me, but I'm assuming it is to compete with TikTok, because he done his own version of Twitter, which is Blue Sky or something like that.
Blue Sky, yeah. Did Blue Sky take off?
A lot of people are on it.
I'm not on social media like that, so I wouldn't know. I get told off of not posting enough these days, so it is what it is.
Still haven't seen If You Ever Find Me in the Sky. What's the other? Wicked.
Oh, I saw Wicked. It's a good watch.
I'm sure it'll be enjoyable. I just can't be asked, innit?
What are you excited to see in cinema then?
Nothing.
Wow.
Oh, that's not true. Pillion. I'm excited to see Pillion.
What's Pillion about?
It's a dumb cum.
Elaborate.
Alexander Skarsgård. Yeah, that's all I gotta say.
Do you know what I recently watched? Is it Maze Runner? No. I watched it with my brother. It's called Runner something.
Running Man?
Yes.
With, what's his face? Leading man, who people say he doesn't deserve it, which I don't understand.
What, he didn't deserve the role?
No, they seem to think he's not good.
What was it, like an industry plant?
I don't know if I'll call him an industry plant because he's been at it for a long time. I just think it's just his time to shine, maybe. But yeah, is it good?
It's a good watch. The first part had me thinking like, dearest Lord, I hope this is not where we are going, because it's futuristic. It's a thriller, and the concept of the story is this: you go on this TV show, it's a real life show, so it's like a reality show as per se, and then you have these hunters who are actually hunting people who have volunteered to be on this show, and the kills are real, and so population thinks, oh, it's just a TV show, it's not real. Like but it is real. These people are getting murdered in broad daylight, and I was like, this isn't where we're going, because the world is so segregated, wealth wise anyway. There's such a massive wealth segregation. I was like, is this where America's going? I say America because, goodness me, if there was is it a fable, a story with a moral lesson, that would be it. I think people should watch it. It was like, even the small things like medicine, like he has a child. His child is 26 and he's been blacklisted from working. So he goes and auditions for the show because it brings in the most money if he wins. And the treatment he needs for his child costs quite a lot because he's been blacklisted from working. So he goes on the show and he becomes a commodity of the show, and they keep calling him in, like, if you can survive, or they'll bill your pay and send it straight to your wife so she can get the thing. And it's a survival of the fittest. It's like a modern day Hunger Games, but based in our universe. I was astounded. I was like, I pray this is not where we're going. I hope people see who watch this movie will come to sense and be like, we need to do better, or we need to do something to change this.
What was your takeaway from the film?
The takeaway from the film, not to trust media, but because why they got into that situation where there's such a massive wealth gap is because the media has started controlling politics, and that is where we're going currently, where the government and media are almost working hand in hand in regards to what we see and what other people see. And I don't want to say don't trust news outlets, because where else are you going to get your news from? But just to have a note of caution to see who's the source or sort of thing, or is the source reliable? Because not all media is true media, as we've noticed with the rise of AI. It's easy for people to get deceived because not everyone can has a sense to know the telltale signs of what is AI and what is true, even if the AI thing is actually true. Just have a pinch of let me go back to the original source and make sure I have a better grounding of what I'm consuming.
No, fair play. I think we can obviously learn from what happened I think the lesson is beware of billionaires, really. We can learn from what happened in Rupert Murdoch. That's his name. It's the man who owns Fox and all of that, and News of the World at the time. The whole telephone scandal thing. Yeah. Beware. But yeah, no, fair play. Speaking of media, interestingly, I've been aware of this person for a while. I've just never really consumed their content. But I found a new obsession of sorts. Her name is Ziwe. I finally went to actually listen to her podcast, and she is hilarious. She did an interview with the mayor of New York, Eric Adams, and it was one of the funniest interviews I have ever watched in my life. So this man is been accused, alleged. I don't know how. I'm pretty sure it's still alleged because the court case hasn't actually come to anything. of bribery, corruption, and all sorts of things. And it's a fun interview. If anyone's not aware of who she is, definitely give her a show. She's very funny, very witty, like smart with the comebacks, and she goes for them. And she's interviewed quite a lot of interesting characters, I'd say. People that I would not have expected to have interviewed with her. I was surprised she didn't have freaking, I don't know, the Hedgeseth or whatever his name is, Pete, on the pod. But yeah, she's fun. And I think who else? I listened to the one she did with Kevin Hart, and that was fun too. She really put him on the spot. She asked him about, you know, his tendencies with women and his alleged homophobia and all of that.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a good interview. And he also, you know, he put the heat on her as well, like with his responses, and he fired back, and I'm like, interesting. Like, yeah, good for her. You know, another black woman doing her thing. Can't be mad at that. We need to talk about Nicki Minaj. She's fucking lost the plot. She
Right, what has she done this time? I actually haven't seen anything in my media about her.
She actually went to the UN to talk about Nigeria.
Did she?
Yes. And she tweeted that she's going to be doing more. And this is all because essentially Trump is paying her to do it. I cannot. That's a reminder. I need to block her from my Spotify. No, like in 2026, come in, or I don't know what. I honestly, you know, I don't know what's happened to me recently, but it's been a block party on my end. I don't have time. Like I told you the other day, Butter Boy is this close. He's this close. What's his face? Chris Brown, gone. What's his face? Tory Lanez, gone. Diddy, gone. All of them blocked. Ain't a way. Ain't a fucking way.
Speaking about Diddy, his documentary's not out. I have not watched it.
I've been glued to it all day. I've been trying to get through it.
People are amazed at 50 Cent and how he obtains the footage that even the news outlet weren't able to obtain, apparently. So, clicks to 50. Well done to you for doing the media's job.
And whoever's editing that thing, I see what you're doing.
I haven't watched it yet. I'm going to watch it sometime this weekend. But yeah.
Sorry, Sandra. At the beginning of like when you start watching, they're like, Sean Combs was charged for something, and something. So 3 things. He has been essentially arrested or put in jail for 2 of them. These are the 2. And now he's in jail for 50 months, including time served. And like they'll put that at the beginning and then at the end, and they will definitely put it somewhere in the middle. They're like, you need to remember.
That's probably 50.
Like, this is it.
Yeah.
He did it.
Therefore 50. Though he's petty, he's very factual in his pettiness. Yeah.
Oh my God. And like the song choices at certain points, I'm just like, whoever's doing... Good job editing that shit. That's all I'm going to say. I think there was a point at which... I'm not sure it was an editing choice or it just kind of so happened to be where one of the people talking on the podcast mentioned... I don't know, they mentioned something about him, and then it kind of went to a song that Diddy does actually seem to enjoy listening to about a boy who is like into weird stuff and
okay,
i.e. like, and then they play the song and then they put like a montage of Diddy being like a bit weird and stuff of him when he was young, and then they sync it so perfectly to a point where Diddy was actually playing the song, and then he asked Cassie about who the boy in the song was about, and Cassie was like, "Oh, you." And I'm just
Goodness
like, oh
me.
my, wow, okay, okay, like, good job, whoever. I mean. I think the way they did it was because they wanted to drive a specific message, and you could see it throughout. Like they tried to be impartial, but it's.
Do documentaries have to be impartial? Because the fact is a fact. Like all they've done so far is show us what the videos show.
The documentary, well, so far, I don't remember what episode I'm on. So far, they haven't really reached the juicy parts. They're kind of talking about his rise to fame, and they pretty much allude to the fact, allegedly, that Diddy paid to have Pac killed.
I saw that take as well on TikTok.
There was a tape.
Was it?
There is a tape that they play the whole thing. And this man he has a case that's going to be tried in 2026. I feel like this whole thing, the government set it up to also take him down as well, but they set it up wrong. And they shouldn't have led with the RICO charge. But that's just my opinion. Look, what you were going to say, sorry, that you saw the thing
the
online.
take. I mean, they said he was jealous of Tupac because his rise to fame wasn't as going as smoothly as Tupac's, and he wasn't as big. I thought
no, that's not what the documentary, whoever that person said, they kind of mislead people.
Well, similar to when we were talking about the Danish deception and how people were saying, "Oh, her friend." I haven't, until I watch it, I don't know what is factual and what's not factual.
So the documentary, essentially, they do allude to the fact that he was jealous of Tupac because Tupac had talent, but it wasn't just Tupac. It was anybody who he presumed to have more talent than him. And he was like, you have all this talent, but you don't even know what to do with it. You don't know how to market yourself. But I can, I have those skills. And he was always jealous of that. But he was mainly jealous of the friendship between
Tupac and
Biggie at the time. They had like a whole friendship, right, going on. And then Tupac was about to do a recording with Biggie. On his way, or when he got to the recording studio, he gets shot, right? So he goes to the hotel, he's fine, he gets bandaged up, leaves. Around that time, he has like a sexual assault case, and then he goes to jail. While he's in jail, Diddy, he's hearing rumors that it's Biggie and like Diddy and them lot that got him shot, because who would have known that he was going to go to their studio to go record? Surely someone on their side, right? But obviously, at this time, from what I'm assuming, Tupac was still in like the UK, not the UK, in New York. He then started to emulate the East Coast. So they had Suge Knight, who was the head of Death Row Records, they'd already had their own like musical scene established, right? They had, Snoop Dogg, they had Dr. Dre, they had Ice Cube and them lot doing their thing, and they've been doing it for a while. Like, but his Bad Boy Records was just starting, and he was like, we've got to emulate them, we've got to like do things that are similar. He was trying to get there with Biggie. So then what initially kind of sets up the whole thing was they go on a show. Suge was like, now, Suge and Puff allegedly had some type of relationship because obviously Sean Diddy Combs was in the music industry, and so was Suge Knight, who was like the head of Death Row, and like Sean was an intern, and he used to like, do the airport stuff with them and drive back, and he would pick his brains, and they were cool, like they had some type of working relationship. So then Suge, they then went on the show. Then Suge, he was a bodyguard.
Yeah.
So Suge then saw how like the inner workings of all these, industries and stuff. And he was like, he got like how the inner workings of Bad Boy, technically, he got an idea of what that was like.
Yeah.
So then he went on a show, on a stage, a award show, and he pretty much said he wants to expand to the East Coast, essentially. And for him to, and he was like, well, since he's in front of music people, he's like, we pay our artists, essentially, and wouldn't tie you down with no money. We'd take care of our own, unlike Bad Boy Records. So that kind of got what's his face really upset, Sean. Allegedly, according to the documentary, gets him upset. They then go to a party where everybody is. Then some random guy, everyone's leaving. Some random guy comes in. Suge Knight is with a friend of his. And then some random guy comes with a gun, shoots Suge Knight's friend in the arms like 5 times while he's looking at Suge Knight. Diddy's there. And then Diddy essentially says to Suge, allegedly, that don't worry, your family's going to be all right. Because Suge has him in like a, like a headlock type thing. Because he thought that the shooter was going to shoot him as well, like after he was done shooting his friend. So he, holds Diddy, because obviously Suge is like fucking huge, right? So he holds Diddy so he doesn't get shot. And then Diddy's like, don't worry. Like, your family's fine. Everything's going to be okay. Like, you're going to be fine. As the shooter is shooting his friend. Anyway, the shooter goes, Diddy says all these things, and then they leave. Suge is
Shooken,
yes, but he's also, his head's hot, right? At this time, Tupac is coming out of jail. So Suge goes to visit Tupac in jail. Obviously, Tupac has been hearing that the people who shot him was his bestie, Biggie. And he's like, ooh, really? So he joins Suge. And he goes out to LA where they're taking care of him, And he's like, he's not going to work with, what's his face? Anyway, Hit 'Em Up comes out. Tupac said some things. Biggie said some things. War. Excuse me.
Because of one man.
And there was something about a chain. Someone took a chain. Diddy wanted a chain of someone from the West Side. And he had connections with the Crips, and someone from the Crips takes the person's thing. And anyway, that person, what's his face? Tupac ends up hearing about who the person was. And then they go to like this fight, Mike Tyson's fight. At the end of it, he's coming out. He sees the guy, or someone tells him that the guy is there, the guy who stole the chain. And then there's a stampede, right? They beat the guy up. They leave, they go. And then they get into a car. We learned this after, that if they had just gotten into the car and just gone, then they just might have survived. Or he would have lived. But fortunately, they ran into some women, and they were like talking to the women, and then the women were like, oh my God, Tupac, And the people who Sean allegedly gave the contract to,
those women,
the men, the Crips.
Okay.
Because he wanted their blood, essentially, for what he had said in the song, and like he wasn't happy and all of that, right? So yeah, those Crips people, they were like, oh really? He's there? And obviously they just kicked one of their own, right? And they were aware of it. So it's like, oh, okay. Crime of opportunity. Like, he's there? Oh, cool. Boom, 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 boom. And they were literally at the hotel across the street when the cops got there. Like, where the cops were, where they was asking people questions. They were in a hotel across the street popping champagne and asking a connect between the LA Crips and the New York ones when they were going to get there. I'm at and then we get to the point of Biggie. It's insinuated as well, but we don't have any information about that one, about how he got shot. It was more of a, Biggie was supposed to be somewhere else. And then Sean was like, no, he's not going there. He needs to come here to where I'm going to be at. And that's where he gets shot. Yeah.
Oh, so much evil in one man.
So they get through that. Now we're at the Cassie point. So that's where I'm watching, and I am hooked. I'm on the last episode, and I am hooked. Like, I can't look away And I just feel, because the FBI, there was a former LAPD person who, I'm assuming, when he started talking, that was when they gave us the recording of this man who has the court case that's going to happen in next year. So I'm thinking, they already have this guy. He's already said who got them to do what they did. And there was an insinuation, or there was a alleged claim of a money trail, because they've always had this recording. By the way, they had this recording from, I believe, 2006, or before then, around then or before then, or I don't know. They had this recording at some point, and they've had it for a very long time. So it's likely that they've been watching him and just waiting for the perfect opportunity. And when Cassie came out with her case, and then a lot of other women came out with her case, and the case seems like an organized thing, right? And so I'm assuming the DA got trigger happy. Oh, you can't be trigger happy with these things, Like, you need to catch it up. Because I believe that they were going to use this to access all his other records, the financial stuff, and they were going to get him as well.
Mm.
And it's likely that they're still going to do that, because, he's in jail. I don't know. I don't really know how, because obviously it's not the same thing that they're going to charge him with next time. It's going to be murder, right? But I'm thinking that they wanted access with this particular one so that they can find what they need to then persecute, right? And then rope him into the other one. Maybe that's where they're going with this. But unless someone intentionally did this to be like, okay, you just get the little sexual thing and that will be it. But I don't know. Because, I don't trust these government people. But yeah, it's very interesting. If you haven't watched it, you should definitely watch it. Honestly, what I've said is not even enough. Like, when I actually started this, I was like, I'm going to take this with a grain of salt, because 50 Cent is a salty bitch.
But he's fun though.
Well, that's the thing, right? I was going into it because 50 Cent is a troll. Like, he's trolling. But this documentary is not trolling shit. Like, there are videos. Oh my God.
Well, he's always had the videos. He literally told us last year, I got the evidence.
But 50 Cent is 50 Cent, right?
Yeah, I guess because we hadn't physically seen it, we didn't know what to believe or not, because I don't like to say anything, to be honest.
You gotta see, and he did this deal with
Netflix.
Netflix, and wow, just good for you. I just don't. I feel like maybe eventually it became about telling the truth, but I feel like it was because Diddy pimped out his baby mum, innit? I
think it's because it's been brought into light beforehand. He knew it was happening, but
the world didn't know.
Yeah.
So it's an ego thing, regardless. It's men just slinging their dicks up and down, and it irks me a little bit. There could even be things that he couldn't show us, because they're not going to show.
Yeah, as I said, it's speculation on my behalf.
Like, one of the people who came on the documentary was one of the men who
were assaulted by Diddy.
No, well, who one of the male sex workers who was part of the parties that they would have for days, where they would use LSD, and allegedly both Cassie and Diddy have denied that there was GHB in the baby oil, but one of the FBI files stated that they tested them and they were there, I think. So they're lying. Anyway, Cassie declines to say anything, and so did Diddy. Also, they kind of alleged to Diddy having a very sexually exposed childhood, or sexually charged childhood, because his mother was a singer, and like people from the Knicks and people from all these places will go to their house, and his dad was somehow a drug dealer for the rich people, as allegedly. But where I'm at anyway, they don't really connect those dots. One doesn't really have to do with the other. But I believe, yes, but I believe his Crips connect. could likely have been due to his father's connections with the drug world.
Fair.
So yeah, it's definitely it's a very engaging watch. It's just 4 episodes. Obviously, I had to do like some work in between, so I couldn't binge it all in one, but I wanted to so bad. But it's just wow, very enlightening. Makes me just distrust, because what he was doing. Well, I think one of the things that really sold it for me, like if you're gonna, because there are other things that they could have found in the company files, like financial crimes that he clearly committed, where they could access the files and get him away for a very long time. Why did they not do that? Because he was stealing money from his artists. He was doing all sorts of things that definitely criminal. If they could get the access to the company money, that was why they included the RICO charge to include the company, so they could have access. Okay. Fair play. And it's not like, they decided just going to hand over all the documents and all of that. But then again, trigger happy, man. Right. So Biggie, in this documentary, it alludes that Biggie paid for his own funeral.
I saw that part as well. That Sean did everything, but then he charged it to the royalties that he was gaining on the money.
Mm. And he faked documents to say that he signed specific things, because at the time that Biggie died, he renegotiated his contract with Bad Boys, and they gave him everything he wanted. Exactly.
And the person who didn't want to sign it got fired.
Then let's not talk about how that specific man gave away 25% of Bad Boy Records, because Sean came into his office with a bat and said, "Bitch, sign this shit. Sign away your life. You co-created what? No, you didn't. Sign it away." And I'm opening my mouth here intentionally. And this man signed it away. And the man himself even said it. He was an enabler. Because the first time he saw Sean hit a woman, he said, "Oh, nah, he was just upset. That was a one-time thing." But it wasn't a one-time thing, because he kept assaulting other girlfriends. And he let it go. Why? Money, access, fame. I got a question for Mary J. Blige, because you stay rapping Bad Boy. So I got questions. For the women. But then again, what can you do in a situation like that, right? Because dude's a fucking lunatic. Anyway, I guess that's like the hottest thing today, isn't it? The whole Diddy, the Diddy document. But if I'm gonna pivot, Fair is still shit. Oh, they've renewed that shit.
Renewed what?
They renewed the series, the one with Kim. Since that last episode that I watched, I just can't. I cannot. And they've renewed it. Why? I don't know. And then they've cancelled other ones, which make sense, please. Like, anyway, moving on. I saw in the news, I don't know how true this is. I should probably look into it before I start chatting shit. But there was a study that was done that kind of said that humans don't fully develop or leave adolescence until they're age 32.
That can't be true.
I'm not surprised when it comes to the case of men. Ooh, who said that? Not me. Every episode, men must catch a stray, you know? But yeah, it said adolescence lasts until 32. But then I was like, you know what? Fair play. Because like America was like, you can't be president unless you're like above 35. So I'm like, did they know something that we don't know? Because I find myself still learning about the world and growing, and my ideals are still changing. So fair play. It makes sense. You know, my emotions are very erratic sometimes. I'm just a girl. I'm sorry.
Wow.
I'm just a girl who she just needs to hydrate, you know? Girlies, no babies until 35. Because you're still a teenager. Don't do that to yourself. Be a girl. Because boys will always be boys, so girls have to always be girls. But actually, to be on a serious note, apparently this actually isn't the case for everyone. Some people develop a bit faster than others, but technically you don't stop. That part of your brain, I guess, doesn't stop doing its little crazy shit until, on average, 32, which was quite interesting. Oh, God, I found out that God of High School has finished, so I will be going back to it.
What, the anime?
The manhwa.
Oh.
Yeah, the manhwa God of High School is actually finished because they were pissing me off.
And then using skip beat yet?
Oh my God. You keep praying. I don't know. I actually don't.
Quarterly release that she's on, I don't know.
Every now and then I like to go back to see, Wagwan, but now I've lost hope. But since they're bringing back certain animes and stuff, because they've been doing that, certain animes that they even restarting them as well. So skip bits, we girlies, we now have money. I don't have Nana X Vivienne Wood money because that's fucking insane.
But they were beautiful.
Don't know about that.
You didn't like them? The release?
Well, there was an item that was supposed to be silver but ended up being gold, so I don't know.
Okay.
There were also mentions that they were not well made. So
really?
I don't know.
I didn't know.
I must have been on the side.
They looked cute though, I thought.
Yeah.
I didn't purchase any, but I thought it looked cute.
Yeah, I think I saw a review of someone who bought the chain, the lighter, and the orb or something like that. I don't know, and then they were looking at little dents and little things, and I was like, oh, okay, sorry.
Vivienne Westwood really be doing it. I think prior to this, they had a Sailor Moon release with the boots and stuff like that.
Yeah, and I think that was why everyone had their hopes,
very high for the release.
Did you hear about the girl who thought that there was medicine in glasses?
Absolutely not. That's ridiculous. That's silliness.
So
I don't like calling people
silly, but
that's
members
silly.
Wear glasses. So every time they're they need to get their prescription, they need to go get their prescription. And in this girl's head,
how old is the girl?
Oh, she looked like an adult to me. That's what I'm going to say. And she thought that there were actual substances, physical, medicine that they put in the frames of the glasses. And she was like, did you know that?
No.
I said, mm-mm. Some of us were not listening in class, and it shows.
Did she go with them at one point just to see what the process was like? Because I'm just thinking, if you're I want to see how this shit happens.
Has she ever had an eye test? Maybe not. Because what they're literally doing is just swapping the lenses, the glass. But then she could have still thought that there was medicine in the fucking glass. I don't know what to tell you, bro. Honestly.
I would have hoped someone would have enlightened her.
Obviously someone clearly eventually did, or somehow she found out, but then she comes to TikTok to share the news.
Did you know?
That there was no medicine inside glasses.
To her, it was a wild moment.
She thought she was about to have a moment of,
camaraderie.
So yeah, something everyone thought was something, but really wasn't.
Camaraderie.
And everyone was like, girl, you special. You're a different type of special. Not the other special. No. You're special. You're in a special category of
That's
special.
what I'm saying. She's looking for someone to say me too.
Yeah.
For a friend.
Oh my
camaraderie.
God.
She was looking for a friend.
I hope she didn't find any, honestly.
That's mean.
I'm really hoping she did, because the states needs faith. These people are voting.
What are they voting?
They're voting in politics. They're voting for people faith. You need to think, it is deep. It's that deep. Because these people...
How old was she, though?
She posted the video this year, a couple weeks ago.
Is she below the age of 25?
She has a TikTok account. She's over 18. She's definitely over 16.
She can't vote yet until she's 18, though.
Hmm?
The voting age is 18.
Faith, that's not the point. You're focusing on the wrong thing. She will eventually become a voter regardless. But still, that is a walking human being in this world who, until their adult age, did not know that there was not... You know what, sometimes I don't know stuff too. So, I need to take humility, and now she knows. But
yeah. And as you said, she's still an adolescent until she's 32. So she's in a growth period, for all we know.
I need to start asking myself and asking Google, what percentage of people know what I know? Because I'm realizing that people are stupid and that I actually know a lot of stuff. So I think I'm going to start selling fake courses to people. Because if there are people in this world thinking that there's there's medicine in Faith, I'm serious. I'm going to start scamming.
Serious.
I'm serious. I'm going to start selling courses. I will, huh?
You said this last week.
Did I?
Yeah, you said, I'm going to write a book
to
scam people. But then you're like, but no.
I'm too lazy for that.
I want to actually help people.
No, but yeah, I really would want to educate people. But actually, I think I need to actually educate people, Faith, because there are people walking around who think there's medicine inside glasses. Clearly, there's a sect of people who need to know that there is not medicine inside sunglasses, and I am the person to tell them this. And I will also make money while I'm doing this, because nothing is for free in this world. Yes, World 101 for dummies. Here's a list of things you need to know. Because this is the world we live in, people. This is the world we live in. I don't know why I was there, but oh my God. Oh my God. Faith, did you know that Keisha, the one who's in love with her therapist, she's still going.
I thought the therapist has moved on.
She's still going. Like, she's still doing this woman is still doing story time.
But I thought her therapist has moved on.
Well, whether he's moved on or not, she clearly ain't, but she's still going. I can't. Speaking of people that are deluded, there is this man who is the king of Pyong Pyong. Are you on Pyong Pyong TikTok?
No.
There is this man who started posting videos about his world and his kingdom, the kingdom of Pyong Pyong. So he's going to then select his wives, and he does this whole video of all these beautiful women, gorgeous skin, like what's that, obsidian, just glowing, right? Beautiful women. So clearly, man's got taste, fair. Anyway, he has a contest and he does a video where he's, saying their attributes and being like, so this one loses because she doesn't have so-and-so. And then we have a winner. And then it's this like really, somewhat popular creator on TikTok. And he's like, she's the winner. She's the queen of Pyong Pyong.
And that's it. Well, congratulations to her.
And allegedly, his page is private now, but he's still making videos, and he's like, she needs to become the queen of Pyong Pyong, and I'm just like,
where is this said island or country?
I don't fucking know, bro. I'm sure he said, but and then all the other brides of Pyong Pyong start to come out, like they got to the final stage. It was between her and the other girl, who was like second to the last or something. She then came out, and then I think he was like, I don't know how true this is, because it was a comment that I saw, but he was like, she can be second wife since she lost, so she doesn't get the privilege, and that all the others would be under the queen of Pyong Pyong because they're not worthy. I don't know how true this is. So it was just the comment I saw. Yeah, it's fun over there, but see how diabolical this shit is. Like, The world is funny. But that's all I've got. Have you got any news?
I think that's everything, because I think most of what I've been consuming this week have been Love is Blind content.
Content, yeah.
Yeah.
But they said Italy, well, I have not really heard anything about it, to be fair.
It's not as scandalous.
So people are being honest and like good.
As good as one can be. Well, I'm not watching it, so I don't really know what's happening apart from what people are saying. So
yeah, fair play. All right, so we're gonna go to versus Christmas scenarios. Right, so versus, the segment where we take two things that should never be compared, we put them in a festive headlock of sorts, and we get a winner. Because it's Christmas, we're gonna make it Christmas themed and big drama, questionable decisions. So let's get to it. Leaving your partner for someone you meet in a small town over 24 hours versus quitting your job on Christmas Eve to find yourself.
Which one would I rather be in?
Yeah, which is the messiest? Which would you rather, like, which one do you relate to?
Which one would I rather do then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or which one do you like the best, or?
Quitting your job Christmas Eve, because that's just iconic.
Yeah, especially, I guess you like definitely have like a shitty boss in it.
And it's like almost like an F you. Like, you can't ruin my happiness.
Yeah, and then you just drop the thing and just walk out into the sunset.
Yeah, iconic.
Fair play.
Relates so hard.
No. Oh, you know what? Okay. A snowstorm that traps you with your ex, oh Lord no, versus spending the holiday with your partner's overly cheerful family.
Cheerful family. I can bear with it, you know. A little sip of wine. I'll be cheerful with them too.
Ex.
That's toxic.
I can't stand happy people. And then there'll be like a barrage of them.
You can take like mini breaks. Escape somewhere.
They're a happy family. They'll follow you and be like, oh my God, you need some company?
And then you'll be like, no, babes, I need some space. And we're like,
and then they'll take offense.
No, they won't.
Yes, they will. They're a cheerful family. Why don't you want to join? Join us. Come in.
That's quite
And then
clingy.
You're outside being a fucking sadder. They're like, come in. And then you're just looking at them like, leave me the fuck alone in there. Now you're the bad guy. You know what I mean?
Why is that? Take a little sip of your wine. You've been tipsy with them. Mellow out.
Some people are sad drunks. You don't know that.
I'm not.
Maybe I get drunk and I start spilling family secrets that I heard because everyone's so fucking cheerful. What are you laughing about? I'm going to ruin it.
I get sleepy.
No, me too, to be honest. But
yeah,
if I'm already angry at the fact that they're all just fucking smiling because, look at the fucking state of the world. What are you laughing about? I'm in a very anti-mood right now. But yeah, stick with my ex. At least like we could go band for band, innit? We could go hatred for hatred. We could go scum for scum.
Wow.
Yeah. Live this up with my ex. It's fine.
I'm with happy family, get tipsy and fall asleep.
Exactly. And it snows, so I'll probably drink and get an orgasm as well. I'm not mad at that.
You know.
And then like at the end of the day, your partner will just come and, wasn't that a great day? And you're looking like, fuck off. Because you have no joy in you for such a joyous occasion. But moving on. Getting proposed to in front of your whole family versus getting proposed to by someone you've known for 3 business days.
3 business days.
I don't really care. If you're 3 business days, you better be rich. If you're not rich, it's a no. Like, why are you doing that? I don't know you. What's the benefit? I don't know you. Even the rich one, I don't know you still, In front of who?
Your family.
My mum and my sister. That's fucking disgusting. Fuck off. Yeah, 3 business days. At least I can look at you, be disgusted and walk out.
And you didn't say I had to say yes either.
Exactly. Yes, this is true. But if you do it in front of my family...
I'll be pressured to some degree.
But pressured? Actually, do it in front of my mum and my sister. And then when you leave, we can laugh at you. I'll probably hear a little, thing from my mom, like, oh, shit, my shit, yeah. My shit, now. My mom likes to, oh my God. The virtue signaling is very funny. So what I just said was, oh, shit, why would you do that? Don't do that, don't embarrass him, blah, blah, blah. That's about it. That's all that's going to happen if you embarrass yourself in front of my family. So I see what you like, stranger or not. Okay, moving on. Your flight gets cancelled and you're stuck with your toxic situationship versus your Airbnb host wouldn't stop joining the conversation.
Like they insert themselves into the circle. That's annoying.
Like I said, I don't like people in it. Stick with this situationship. How toxic though? Because I don't have a toxic nothing.
An Airbnb host. Why don't they have their friends?
No, they're probably like sharing their one room in the house or something. Or you're renting one room type situation. So what, you're like in the kitchen and you're talking to someone and then they're like, oh, and they keep doing that. Nah, we're going to fight. We're going to fight.
That's too close proximity,
Like, what are you doing here?
What about like hints that I don't want them in a conversation?
But they're going to keep joining. That's annoying. Yeah, toxic situationship. You?
I don't know, both are not great.
No, they're not. But my flight gets cancelled on top of it. How long does the Airbnb... Because if it's one day, it's fine. Because it's my flight gets cancelled shit that I don't like that.
Yeah.
That would stress me the fuck out.
And then you use your ex as well at the same time.
No, your toxic situationship. So you don't I don't know, you guys, you fight or something? I don't know. But like I said, I don't know what a fucking toxic situationship is. I don't know how to interpret this a situationship. Uni?
No. I've never been in one.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought... Oh, I must have misunderstood what you said there then.
Yeah, no, I've never been in one, so no one know what one's like.
Yeah, me either. So I was like, I don't know what counts as a toxic situationship. Should we ask ChatGPT?
Because I don't think either one of us have been in a situationship.
Ayo, innit? What the fuck is a situation? I like definitions. You're either A or you're B. It's just being in limbo don't make no sense to me. Like, what are we doing?
A toxic situation is basically an undefined, almost relationship that drains you more than it feeds you. It's the closeness, consistency, and intensity of dating, but without the clarity, commitment, or emotional safety. What makes it toxic is a pattern, not the label. For example, mixed signals. No clarity on what you are. You're giving more than you're receiving. Inconsistency disguised as busy. And she puts that in inverted commas. Emotional manipulation. No progression. Jealousy without accountability. Your self-esteem takes a hit. You feel single but emotionally attacked. Your needs aren't met.
And people are doing this? Like, for real?
Well,
shit.
That's what a toxic situationship is. But I don't know what a situationship.
So I guess a situationship is just, what, a casual relationship? Is that what they call it?
An undefined, almost relationship. That's what a situationship is. But she elaborates, say that toxic means like it drains you more than it feeds you, and then says examples.
Interesting. Wow.
Well, there you go. Never been in one, so I'm gonna pick that one because I haven't been in one. I'd have to be in a situationship.
It sounds like a nightmare, though. Imagine being like emotionally invested in someone, but they're not telling you how they feel about you, so like you don't know, so you're constantly anxious about it. Me, because I like to know where I'm at. I need to know. I wouldn't be with someone who's not on the same page. Does that make sense?
Well, that's probably I've never been in a situationship because I always define things what I want.
Innit? This is what I mean. I need to write a book to tell women not to do these things.
I saw the most funniest Reddit ever, right?
Oh, okay.
Girl and boy. We're reading from the girl's perspective.
Right.
Female, whatever her age was, says, am I bad for not knowing I was going through a breakup? I've been seeing this guy for a couple of weeks. We only meet up to do fun stuff and hook up together. He messaged me saying we need to talk. So I said, sure thing. Do you want to go out for breakfast? He said, yes, we can do breakfast. We went out for breakfast. Male, whatever age. We need to break up. I, confused, say, okay. And then they start eating breakfast. He's like,
and then he's looking at her.
It's okay to be sad about that. Yeah, but what made me sad about it? It was like, we're breaking up. It's like, oh, I didn't know we were together, to be honest. We never really defined things. I was like, what? What do you mean? What do you mean? Have you been seeing other people?
they were never exclusive.
Like, you were just a friend I hooked up with and did fun stuff with sometimes. You didn't tell me we were exclusive. And he went on a rage. Yeah. Hence why we've never been in situationships. So you can't catch me and not tell me, like...
You have to define things. You have to. Now, if you define things and then you're deluding yourself into thinking that you're okay with it, then that's a problem and that's a pattern that you need to fix yourself. You need to sort it out. But if you define it, you're in a relationship, you're not, but you're fucking, or you're not fucking. I need to be less vulgar. You guys are being intimate, but you're not, like, you're going to see other people, or you're being intimate, you're not going to see other people, or whatever your rules are, or you're going on dates and not being intimate. You need to know, like, is this headed somewhere? And then you need to, like, keep doing checks every, like, 3 weeks. Like a cute 3-week check-in. Like, we're cool. Then we're cool. Then we're cool. You know, then everyone's cool.
Define what you are.
Like, actually, but here's the thing. I understand that sometimes it throws you out of, like, the romanticism of the whole thing. But there are other ways to kind of check in that you are both on the same level. Like saying, oh, I really like you and I want to take things a bit further. That's not like sit down, let's have tea. Will you be my girlfriend? You know?
Apparently it's coming out of fashion to define a relationship these days, from what I've been seeing on the TikToks, where people are not clarifying where they are.
That's just a way to get fucked.
But that's the thing that I've been seeing, especially with the re-rise of the trend of...
Now, you know, we were going through a phase of, don't label me. Label it. What?
What is it? Dating rewinds with the
the raps.
Raps. Like with the rise of raps. Like, I was seeing this guy, but we didn't like clarify where we are, so I was just seeing this guy. I've been seeing, like, are people not like asking, or are people not just like taking the step forward?
I think this is evidence that I'm going into my auntie era.
Okay,
but I think, and also me kind of taking on the auntie role literally in my life, we are losing recipes. I'm not kidding. We're actually, we do not teach our young people how to actually look for a life partner. We just kind of send them out into the world and just do your thing. It's the way sometimes some people do with, like, women and their periods and the bees and the birds and all of that. You give them stupid information that's not really useful.
Okay.
And then you're like, oh, your period comes every month. You don't talk about how you wash yourself, specific smell, how you deal with that, even hygiene. Like, there was a point people were like, really? You do that? You have to do that when it comes to hygiene and personal hygiene? And I'm like, you don't know this? Like, of course we don't fucking know. The fucking parents didn't fucking tell us. So I don't blame this generation or our generation for not knowing shit, because that's how you get fucking oyeka. I'm just saying, that's how you get stuck in certain situations where you should have discretion. You should have certain skills to be able to ask someone who you want to be intimate with these questions and be comfortable around them. We have books. You know, people say, you need to read books. Not one by conservatives, but you need to read books. Because they do help. They do give you an idea. In fact, not Google. What were we talking about?
Situationships.
Ah, right. Situationships. Never been in one and all that stuff. So you'd rather be in a situationship?
Well, I've never been in one. So in this situation, I'd be like, well, I've got no one to offer you as in on a platter. So yes.
So we're just
just cancel flight. I was there with my matcha line, waiting for my next flight to reload.
Fair. Going back to that Reddit thing, I'm so sorry. Could that have been the reason why the guy thought they were in a relationship? She thought they were just casual, so she didn't give him any depth. And maybe his issue was there was no depth in the relationship. I mean, he's a prick. But
they need to do, regardless of whether he thought he was in a relationship, she didn't.
But he needs to express that he wants to deepen things, right?
Because one of the comments I saw was that he was using that as a test to see how sad she was going to be, to see whether she was
like if she was going to beg or something,
or like how emotionally invested she was in a relationship. Because he was like, "Let's go out for breakfast." What weird time to break up with someone at breakfast?
When are you going to do it? At dinner?
I've only broken up with people in person or text, so I don't know. Like it was literally like a daytime sort of thing. It was like coming over.
It was daytime.
Oh, fair enough. But he stayed.
He stayed to crash out.
He stayed and had breakfast with her and saw that she was not upset, and he got confused. Because if you're doing a breakup, you don't say that after you've had your conversation of why you want to break up.
Yeah, but then she was like, "Can we eat then?" And then they start eating, and so he's flabbergasted. Like, you still want to spend time with me? Like, I just broke up with you.
You could have said,
type shit.
"No, it's okay, but you can have breakfast. I've been off for today."
Yeah, but he was stunned. He was looking at her like he did. The answer and the response he got wasn't what he was expecting, I guess, which was very prickish of him.
Because he thought she was going to be more upset than he was for the relationship to end.
Yeah.
And I was like, "That don't break up with someone to test their feelings."
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's mind games. You don't do mind games.
And well done for her for just being confused by the situation.
You know what's funny? You don't do mind games with someone who's not aware that you're doing fucking mind games, bro. That's how you get hurt.
She was so nonchalant with it as well. You're like,
but she didn't know. It's not her fault that he's.
That's why you define the relationship, so we know what your stance when you break up with someone or not. But like, I didn't know we were dating. Do you know?
Yeah.
You can't break up with someone who doesn't know they're dating. To them, it's just like a regular day.
Yeah. You were just going out for breakfast, which is what they typically do, right? They have fun and they go to places together and they do cutesy shit. I like this girl. I need to go back on Reddit and maybe I'll send her a direct message. But I think they're Americans, so yeah. Moving on to the next one. This is versus after all. The Christmas tree falls on you during decorating versus the lights blow out because someone wanted ambience.
The lights blow out or someone wanted ambience. I don't want a tree falling on me. Goodness.
The lights blow out. That means I'm going to have to replace my lights. Doesn't that mean that?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the Christmas tree can fall.
On you?
Yeah. I would just pick it up. We'll stand out. Everyone would laugh. It would be a bit embarrassing. No, I remember that time. Yeah, moving on. But you see that lights and whoever wanted that ambience, I will remember that for the rest of my life and I will hate that person because you amaze me. Maybe even change my fucking fuse box. And that means I'm calling out the electrician on that emergency thing as well. Do you know how much that fucking cost? Don't piss me off. The Christmas tree can fall. We can always buy another one. But yeah, next one. Finding out your partner bought your gifts from Tesco on the way versus pretending to love a handmade gift that looks like trauma.
Which one would I rather have in a situation?
Yeah, which is just the
Tesco.
shitty one.
I'd rather have Tesco.
It's the thought that counts. And we'll just put it away every year.
That's a constant reminder. It's just a crappy little gift.
Oh, I don't know. What am I going to do? It's the emotion that went into it that counts.
Yeah.
For me, it's the afterthought of the Tesco run is more irritating to me because I would have been thinking for months and months and months what to get you, what to do when you just went to Tesco.
Yeah, okay. Upon reflection, I agree. Well, on the day he's done a run.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'll take the crappy gift.
Or remember my banana. Sorry, my head would be so hot. I couldn't take it. Just give me your shitty crocheted whatever. That, or your shitty wooden carved whatever. You know, your little project that you've been doing on the little, what's it called? What's that thing that we were going to buy? The 3D printer that you think that I would use, or because, you know, it's personalized, it's handmade, it's cute, you know, it's the thought that counts. Yeah, I'd rather that. And then, you know, we'll just put it at the back of the cupboard. And then in 5 years, we'll throw it away.
5 years?
I'm being gracious here. People have emotions, you know. He'll be like, oh, babe, how about the thing I got you? I think we gave that to charity, like, anniversaries, like the 10th year of anniversary when we're moving out, I think. You know, one of those, they don't have to know. Out of love. I did that out of love.
Of course.
I kept it for 5 years. It haunted me for 5 years. To be honest, a week after you told me, I would have told you that shit's shit. But still, nah. If you're gonna be with me, you gotta know that. Yeah, you know. God, I had a crazy thought today. I think I was watching a TikTok, or maybe I was on Reddit. I don't know. I was consuming some type of content when I had this thought, and I was just like, I wonder what type of marriage I want.
Okay.
And I was like, I started off with, oh, we could sleep in different rooms. And I said, no, different houses. And I was like, but how's the, you know, moving around the kids and stuff like that couldn't work? Like, what if that person wants, like, emotional, lovey-dovey shit? And then I was like, I wouldn't be with a person like that, right? Surely. And then I was like, okay, yeah, no, that makes sense. So, like, what would the dynamics be then? Like, how are we dropping off the kids? And, like, is it 1 week at my house, 1 week at my partner's, or, like...
You sound like a divorce
would we
couple.
would we be partners? Right? Because then I was like, how would this, like, the intimacy work as well, right? Because I'm like...
You definitely sound like a divorce couple.
I don't need it every day. But what if he's a person who wants it every day? And then I'm like... And no, I wouldn't be with someone who's like that, right? Surely. So...
What you want is a friend with benefits, what you describe it. Someone who goes so far hot, but then you meet once every so often, and then you fuck off again.
This was just the fun scenario that I was messing with in my head. But it's an interesting one. Very unusual. I think the kids will, after school activities, and then they'll fuck off to their fathers or something. I'm joking. I'm actually joking. Okay. So, some of my watches have been like, oh my God, I hope she never has a child. She will traumatize a child.
Wow.
That's so funny. It's so fucking diabolical how funny I think I am. I'm really not funny. Okay. Moving on. Being forced into Secret Santa at work, or being forced into couples games nights with strangers. Oh, I don't mind either.
Secret Santa's easy.
Yeah, Secret Santa's fun. Even like games night with strangers sounds like fun. You get to know, like, you see the little couples like arguing in the corner about something that they got wrong, and you're just looking like, oh, wow. You know, I don't mind either. Your partner forgets your gifts completely versus your partner gets you something so meaningful it triggers tears you didn't plan for. That's cute. You get me something meaningful, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Same for you?
Yeah.
Getting snowed in with your partner's ex versus getting snowed in with their mother. So your partner's mother.
I'm going to put the ex.
It depends. If I like her, hell no. Sorry, if I don't like her, hell no. But if I like her, that's all right. But I'm assuming that I don't like her. The ex. We can share stories and stuff. The Christmas dinner burns and everyone blames you versus someone insists on doing a group prayer that lasts 12 minutes. Let the Christmas dinner burn. 12 minutes? If the minute ends and you're still going, I'm opening my eyes and going about my business. They are basis. You do the thanks. You start with praises and stuff, and then you thanks, and then you ask for forgiveness, and then you ask for stuff, and then you end. The charity you do for the world. You pray for other people. Finish. 1 minute. 90 seconds. What are you doing? A lie? Or maybe some people, they have a different order. They do the praises, and then they ask for forgiveness, and then, they ask for stuff, and then whatnot. They pray for other people first, and then they put themselves at the end. Perfectly fine, perfectly humble. Everyone has a different order in which they pray, but that's the order. The Anglicans got that one right, at least. That's the order. Take something from the Nicene Creed. You non-denomination. Shots fired. I'm joking. But no longer than 90 seconds still. Which one would you rather?
Either's fine with me.
Fair play. Your best friend confesses they're in love with you on Christmas. Diabolical. Versus your ex sends a Merry Christmas, stranger text.
Merry Christmas, stranger. I can ignore that.
Innit?
And if you're lucky, you're already blocked, so I won't see it.
Wearing matching pajamas unwillingly versus performing a carol karaoke you did not sign up for. That's not
pajamas.
I'll sign up for the karaoke, and I'll happily wear the pajamas. It depends on the day that I'm on mood, but either is not the worst. Being the only single person at Christmas dinner versus being seated next to the uncle who wants to discuss politics.
Being single.
Don't give a fuck. I love to discuss politics, especially if it's opposing. It's a delight. I love to argue with my uncle. It's a little tete-a-tete we do every time I see him. I like to let him know that I'm a female and I have rights, It's nice to flex every now and then. It'll be a bit of fun to be the family, the one that everyone discusses. Oh, that is the end of Versus. Moving on to red light, green light. In this segment, we will be judging a specific Christmas concept, which is shitty. Well, they're not all shitty, but it's Christmas tropes, shitty ones. But anyway, just Christmas movie tropes, or tropes that we tend to see a lot in Christmas movies. We'll give them red, green, amber, blah, blah, blah. Obviously, green for good, amber for lukewarm, red for bang out of order. Numero uno. The big city woman who must be humbled again. She's got the high pressure job. The one in New York. It's always fucking New York. The phone glued to her hands. It's always yappy. The boyfriend who is successful, but he's like emotionally like vacant. And then she goes to the small town, God knows in the backwaters of somewhere where there's obviously always no technology or some shit always happens. And then she meets her childhood sweetheart. And then she finds the true meaning of fucking life. And it's all shit and everyone's awake at 6 a.m, fucking smiling like there's something to fucking smile about when it's fucking dark outside. The dead of winter as well, The big city woman who must be humbled again, because she needs to go down to earth and visit, the good old salt of the earth people in whatever backwash town that she grew up in.
So red light or green light being meaning?
Yeah, so like good, bad, shit, or middle.
I don't really hate that scenario.
I don't like it. I like New York. I like getting my matcha latte. I like to be fucking pretentious. Thank you very much. Like, it's okay to be that, in my opinion.
Mm.
Like, if I even make my own matcha, back there I will have to I don't know what I have to do, but I'm assuming it ain't great for me to get my matcha latte, so no. Or if I go to the cafe and I ask for a fucking matcha latte, they'll be looking at me like I'm some big city, wow, on something. She's so high about herself, you know? Fuck off. Childhood sweetheart can find me in New York. Well, also show him that the life of matcha is great. Moving on. How am I judging it? Lukewarm, like amber. Because sometimes you do get a bit too big for your beats, and sometimes some people just don't need to be humbled. They're perfectly fine, you know? But I think it's played out, and it's always quoted in some type of misogyny, you know, always. And why is it always the woman who has to be the one to be humble? And it's always she's successful and she can't find a man in New York that has emotions. I say this and I see the irony of what I'm saying, but I'm still saying it anyway. Because men in your backwater town or your shitty town where you grew up, they're also shit over there. Moving on to the next one. The grumpy man who needs Christmas spirit forced into him. I think this was sweet. Because his life ends up being for the better at the end.
Yeah.
So, you know, but it's just scrooge on. The small town that's weirdly perfect. So they don't have no crime, no potholes. Everyone knows each other's last name or middle name.
They're unrealistic, Amber.
There's always an incident, and then everything always ends up being perfect at the end. There's a fucking inn that's always to capacity, but somehow they have space for you. It's fine. Yeah. Right? It's okay to have hope. You know, sometimes you need hope that things work. The miracle saves. So this could be, you know, like the premise of the whole thing is like, oh, your bakery is running down, and then you meet like the financial guy who's gonna save you or save your bakery or whatever. Or like the festival, the Christmas market. Oh, but we don't have any stalls, or the wood is fired or something, and you need the stalls to be put on for the Christmas market, and all of a sudden you can't, and now you can, and oh my God, it's so good. Like I said, people need hope. Things are dark. Oh, also when the town is saved from being bought by a soulless developer who is always wearing some dark coat and has a shitty personality to boot. Happy ending. Who doesn't love that? The corporate partner who must be dumped.
Of course.
The one who doesn't get Christmas, you know? He's too serious. He didn't just move all the way from New York because there's always fucking New York in it. He didn't move all the way here from New York to your fucking, you know, rural area townhouse for you for Christmas to spend with your family. All of a sudden, I'm getting dumped, you know? Like, what's going on? What, because I don't have personality? It's funny, but the person is just always doomed, and then they make them the bad guy as well for no reason other than because that plot, you know? How do you rate that one?
Amber.
Yeah, because sometimes they do deserve to be dumped. Like, they're usually assholes, to be fair. Why they gotta be assholes though? Can't the person doing the dumping be the bad person? Because technically you're emotionally cheating, innit? Because you had that crush on your childhood sweetheart, innit? So, God, I'm making a case. I'm just saying. Okay, the sentient clothing or object.
Okay.
So, remember the Netflix one of the snowman? The snowman that came to life, the hot snowman, and then
a hot snowman.
A hot snowman. I'm pretty sure it was Netflix. I think this was last year or a couple of years ago.
Can't be Netflix.
It was Netflix. It was definitely Netflix.
The snowman.
The snowman, like, that came to life.
And it was a good-looking snowman.
Yeah, hot. And there was a point where he was melting as well. It was bare funny.
Because it was that physically hot.
Oh, no. Like, I mean, he stood next to something that would melt him, but he was actually physically like a hot guy, abs and everything.
No.
Snowmen are meant to be chubby. You don't see a skinny 6-pack snowman. I think this is an amber. I'd reckon. There's always the magical old person, elder,
Yeah.
who was given advice, unsolicited, but advice nonetheless. Usually shopkeeper, a librarian. Oh God, fucking stop. Anyway, he's harmless, usually.
Yeah. And the advice is not usually that bad either.
Yeah, green. The work deadline on Christmas Eve.
It's chaotic. I love it. It's so fun. It's fun to watch.
Fair play.
I'm not in the chaos. I'm watching someone else's chaos.
Diabolical. Fair play. So would you be giving that a green? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's a fun watch.
Amber stuff. Amber. But yeah, the cafe owner, the cafe's about to run down, and then the man walks in and he wants to buy the land, and like they're renting it out, and he's buying that property, and then the man learns, and this kill me. It's always he can smell it. It brings back his childhood or some fuck shit. Red, you know what? That one gets a red. I really prepped that one up real nicely for that red. How about you?
An amber, because he learns a story. He learns halfway through.
Nah, fuck that. People sometimes need to learn that their little shop will be taken over by Starbucks. Unfortunately, capitalism. I'm joking. The airport dash. Now, it's not just Christmas movies that are guilty of this. Just films in general are guilty of this. Speaking of films, Quentin Tarantino really pissed off the internet this week. But yeah, how about that one? I think it's an amber. Actually, dash it, man. Red. It's time to get rid of it. Let's do something else. Do the train station this time. Because train don't wait for nobody. You'll be seeing it. The train will be going like this. Do a bus station. Spice it up.
A bus station.
Do an exam.
Sexy.
Do an exam. Like the SATs. Or what's the one that the lawyers take? You can do that one. You miss it, and then the investigator is just closing the door and looking at you and judging you that you're choosing man over your career. Yeah, do that. Spice it up. Offend the senses. What else can you think of? Yeah, that's about it. That's all I got.
But that is not sexy.
I'm just saying,
that is not romantic at all.
It's usually the person is leaving to go somewhere else for like career-wise, right? And then love comes to the airport and stops them. What then? You're not going to go for your job? Like, what are we doing? So you might as well not sit your fucking SATs or your law exam, you know? This is all sacrifices shit. We need to fake a relationship. Yeah, so they pretend that they're in love.
Oh, yeah. And then end up being in love.
Yeah.
It's heartfelt. I don't hate it.
It feeds into the Lulu. I don't like it. It's a red flag. It's a red from me.
But it's whimsical. It's about being whimsical.
I understand. It feeds the Lulu. It feeds men's nonsensical behaviour. It's just, I feel like women, excuse me, some, before the beans people come for me, some people would look at that and be like, oh, I could do a situationship. This is cute. Because this fake relationship thing is a situationship. They're doing everything that comes with a relationship.
It's not a situationship because it's defined.
Yes, it is. What? But then she gets it in her head. In real life, the woman gets it in her head that the man is falling in love with her, but he's not.
They've defined what they are. It's not a situationship.
No, they're faking a relationship. So the woman,
yeah, if you've agreed to not be in a relationship, and you defined it,
yes,
then you're not in a relationship.
Yes, but people be the Lulu. And then they think that they can fix him.
That's not a situation.
And then they can change his mind. I'm telling you, this is propaganda.
But that's not a situationship, though.
I'm saying it feeds the delulu of some people who think they can take it.
In a fake relationship.
What if we need to fake a relationship? What if it ends bad? What then? But you're falling in love when the other person don't feel the same. But it's the same thing about a situationship. You go into it, you agree to situationship, and then you start to catch feelings. He's not catching feelings. Then what?
You're not in a relationship still.
Yeah, but you're still heartbroken. And then sometimes you start to you're delulu enough to be like, no, I'm still situationship.
At that point, you should
I'm still situationship. No, I can still situationship, and then you're still being intimate with each other. But you want love, but he wants situationship, and then you delulu think you can change his mind. You can't change his mind. You need to walk away. But that's what I'm saying. We need to fake relationship that ends with the happy ending. Feeds propaganda. It feeds the Lulu propaganda. And I would not stand for it. So it's red. I know the mental optics that I used to jump to this conclusion. I understand that if some people don't see it. But I see it. I see the propaganda that Hollywood is trying to inflict. Christmas Day confession.
I don't like it.
Typically of love. Excuse me. Sir?
Don't like it.
No, neither do I. Are you mad? It's Christmas Day.
Why are you ruining my day like that?
Innit?
Because now I have to think about no, leave me alone. I'm busy.
Right. Leave it to Valentine's Day or something. Or after. Or any day where we're not actually celebrating other things. Rubbish. Lonely Christmas. Sad, single Christmas.
I don't think it's sad. They portray it as sad, but I think a lonely Christmas is not bad.
The character that spends the holiday alone, and they emphasize longing, regret, a missed connection. And then they're saved from their loneliness. Typically by a man who just slips them away. Propaganda. Red. What says you? Sorry.
Oh, did you see, you're not on Twitter anymore, but did you see Sabrina Carpenter's tweet about the thing? People are like,
don't
Taylor.
Yeah. It's that easy. It's that simple.
Your silence is deafening.
It's that easy.
Just say, keep my motherfucking name out of your mouth. Or my songs out of your backgrounds.
Taylor is this close to getting blocked as well. Actually, I think I already blocked her. I'm pretty sure I blocked her already on my Spotify.
Okay.
There we go.
Well,
I do listen to that. He did it. Estes, been living sleep. Look, it's always about the songs I listen to. You know what? Maybe I'll make that one an exception. That is a fantastic song. It's essentially about a woman who is being abused by her husband, and her husband is cheating on her. And then the song, in my opinion, alludes to him getting rid of her forever. Yeah. And so she's Esther's friend, and she gets rid of him. It's a fun song. That's a good... I enjoyed that song thoroughly. Yeah, I mean... Sorry, moving on. Now that's a film I'll watch. You know? That's a trope. The murderer's best friend. The man killer. You know? Men love man killers, no? I heard you did. I'm so sorry. I don't know what is going on with me today. Let's do last one. Snowfall, I guess. Like a pivotal moment. And then it's just like, at the end when they're kissing, and then it starts to... Or or the snowstorm. They need to get something, and then there's the snow coming in. They can run both ways. I think it's cute. Yeah. It's usually pushes things forward or sets the tone, and it's like, that can get a green flag from me, green light. I keep saying flag, green light. Give me the green light. I'm ready to go right. Wow. That is a song from John Legend. from ages ago. But yeah, and that is it for this episode. That's everything. I hope you guys have enjoyed that, and we'll see you in the next one.